What's up, Goth Gamer Nation? It's your girl, Gimme, and we're about to play some Scarlet Hollow. Thanks and shout out to Warm Girl for telling me about this game. We're going to be playing this game wrong. I'm going to pick every single remain silent option there is. I am only going to talk to people's animals. And I am going to be a bystander when horrible things happen. Because it's fun. So, why don't we get into it? So this is also the second time I recorded this because I completely screwed up the audio balancing. So, let us begin. We are playing in hardcore. Many people will die. On the plus side, that means I will not have to act out as many characters. But that's a later problem. We are Evie. Of course we're Evie. We're always from Gainsborough. Have I ever been there? No, is it a real place? Possibly. We are always non-binary. We are powerful, tough as nails, imposing, a mean right hook. We can talk to animals. Animals can talk to you. A gift and a curse. We're street smart. No door can hold us. You jolt awake as the bus hits a particularly nasty bump. You feel like you'd only just managed to start drifting off. And now here you are, awake again, still exhausted. For a moment you're hazy on the details of where exactly here is, confusing the bus with many others that came before it. But as your mind continues to reassert its existence in the waking world, the past few days come back into focus. The long-lost cousin, the bad news, the 26 hours of bus rides with countless late-night stops and seedy depots that would have felt even unsafe in the middle of the day. You wouldn't normally find yourself traveling like this, but your cousin bought the tickets. The funeral of Pearl and Scarlet, your cousin's mother and your aunt, seemed like something that you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. I'm just going to turn the volume down slightly. Fortunately, the end of your long journey is in sight. You're almost in Scarlet Hollow. So anyway, I was saying... Oh no, he's still here. He's been sitting next to you for the past 5 hours, talking at you without pause. You're not even sure he stopped when you started to doze off. At first you thought he was just being friendly, but that was several hours of one-sided conversation ago. I was up in Maryland, looking for work, but mostly messing around because I was a dumb teen. Me and my buddies were doing our usual prank stuff, you know, pushing joggers into the harbor, that sort of thing. We remain silent. You do your best to keep a blank face, waking up and by extension, accidentally giving the strange man permission to keep talking to you was a mistake. So this girl comes up to us, swinging her purse, yelling about how she's gonna call the cops or whatever. It was hilarious. She actually, my friend, he said it hurts a lot, but like, so I guess she was really mad and not like just playing. but she keeps swinging, and soon enough she lost her balance and then fell in the harbor all on her own. We didn't even have to push her. We had a good laugh and fished her out. Her phone got soaked so she couldn't call the cops on us. We wound up hanging out all day. She's kind of my girlfriend after that. We've been off and on for about a year, so, you know, it's pretty serious. Though about 5 months ago, she tried to break up with me. Like, for real, and geez, you know, do you ever get so mad you just want to, like, kill somebody? I'll smile and pretend he didn't just say that. You smile and pretend he didn't just say that. I knew you'd get me. We understand each other. Someone's trying to break your heart. That changes a person. Makes you want to do things you never thought you'd want to do. I honestly could have killed that woman. Anyway, she's giving birth to her son right now, and I'm trying to get to Virginia to be there for it. But I don't know if I'm like into that stuff. So maybe I might just wind up on a bus to New York or something. I always wanted to go there. We remain silent. You sit in silence as this man admits he's threatened to murder the soon-to-be mother of his child, a child whose birth he's currently missing and considering ditching to go have fun in New York. Anyways, where'd you say you were headed? You don't answer. You don't say a word. The last thing you need right now is for him to know where you're going to be staying for the next week. If you aren't getting off at my stop, you must be headed to Scarlet Hollow, right? Or the holler, as they call it in these parts. That's the only other stop until this bus turns around. I ride it pretty often, so I know. Almost nobody ever goes up to that way. Though, actually, I had a couple buddies who went up there for work on the mine. There's a coal mine up in the holler, you see. And there's always a job listing or two on the boards around here. I've never wanted to do that kind of thing myself, you know? I like my lungs the way they are. Thanks, but my buddies got desperate enough to try it. I haven't heard from them in a while now that I think about it. I should see if they're on Facebook. See how they're doing up there. I hope they didn't die. He looks back at his phone, for once focused on something other than you. Oh, this is me. It was lovely meeting you. Hope you don't get too bored without me around to talk to. Oh, here, I have something for you. The stranger rifles through his pack before presenting you with a dripping bag of peanuts. They're boiled peanuts. I got them at the gas station a few buses back. I noticed you haven't eaten much, so I figured you could use them more than me. Plus, they dripped all over my bag, and I don't want to carry them anymore. We'll just take the nuts. You take the peanuts. Thanks. Our first line of dialogue. You're welcome. And with that, I leave you. Safe travels, friend. And just like that, the stranger is gone. Maybe you can finally get some sleep. Next stop, Scarlet Hollow, end of the line. Almost there. The bus finally comes to a stop, its brakes squealing as it deposits you in front of the Scarlet Hollow bus station. The sign at least reads bus station, but calling it feels disingenuous. At best, it's a kiosk. But for a small town like this, you're amazed there's so much as a road, let alone a bus that drives to it every week. The driver quickly shuts the doors behind you and starts the engine, kicking up dust clouds as he pulls away, eager to leave you in this place behind. Hey, Evie. You instantly recognize the worn young woman from the few public photos on her Facebook page. She's your cousin, Tabitha. and she looks annoyed to be here. We remain silent. You say nothing. Let's go back to the estate. I don't want to spend any more time down here than I have to. Your cousin turns and motions to an old BMW parked near the kiosk. You follow her, clambering into the dusky relic. It doesn't take much driving before the only signs of civilization are the car you're in, the road you're on. Tabitha remains in icy silence as she focuses on the road. We're not going to be exploring much, because that usually involves us talking to people. We're going to sit in silence with her. You decide to sit in silence with your cousin as the car eases up the steep mountain road. And here it is, the Scarlet Estate. Though it's seen better days, its crumbling elegance is not lost on you, someone who's used to cramped apartments in gray cities. Your mother told you about this place many times before she passed, always with an anger burning beneath her words. The faded majesty you once imagined doesn't quite compare to what's in front of you. As you stare at it perched on the crumbling cliffside, you can't help but feel like it's something that should have been left to rot a long, long time ago. You're hit with a blast of dusty air as you step across the threshold and into the foyer. Everything in this room has been here for much longer than you've been alive, each object cemented in place with layers of dust and cobwebs. You can hear the doors creak on their hinges, and the aches and moans of ancient floorboards as the house itself sways in the wind. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be accessible during your stay. I won't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floor's been known to give out. If you know what's good for you, you'll stick to your room, the bathroom, the kitchen, and the hallways, I guess. But only the hallways you need to get to those places. I'll show you around so you know where it's safe to walk. You can leave your bags here for the time being. I see that you're in awe, and you should be. This house was a prize jewel of the region for a long time. It's quite a magnificent piece of architecture, even now. So, shall we take the tour? Follow me. You put your bags down and follow Tabitha through the long, dusty hallway. She delicately steps over holes and tears in the floor as you do your best to retrace her footsteps. Kitchen on Wednesdays. One from town comes and is cleaning. Her name's Janie. I wouldn't recommend socializing with her. She'll talk your ear off. If you need any food, there's fixings for peanut butter and jelly. Don't touch my mac and cheese or my ice cream. Those are off limits. Oh, and you can also access the garden through here, but it's pretty wild, so I wouldn't if I were you. Our second forced line of dialogue. Alright, what's next on the tour? Bathroom, follow me. And our third line. Great, it's been hours since I've gone. As the two of you leave the kitchen, you pass by a tuxedo cat sitting on the countertop. We're going to approach the cat. Don't try to pet Frou Frou. If she wants to be pet, she'll let you know. Ne me parlez pas. I'm going gonna leave her alone. Clearly, this is a cat that wishes to be left alone. You back away slowly. Come on, let's get back to the tour. You once again follow Tabitha through the long, dusty hallway. Maybe after a few nights it'll get easier to navigate these spaces, but for the time being, you feel lucky to have not fallen through the floors. Guest bathroom, not much to show, it's a bathroom. I'll wait outside. Do what you must if you must. It is a wretched bathroom. Piles of junk sit untouched in the corners of the room, and mystery stains paint the floor. We lift the toilet seat. The bugs say, "Scram, fellas! The jig is up!" Bugs skitter from the bowl as you lift the seat. We'll use the facilities. A toilet is a toilet. Sure, it could be cleaner, but your business needs doing, and this is as good a place as any. You do what you must and rejoin your cousin out in the hall. Next up, guest bathroom, bedroom, last stop on the tour. Follow me. You and Tabitha briefly return to the foyer before climbing the stairs and reaching the guest room. This is where you'll be staying. The linens are fresh. I had Janie wash them last week. I had to endure a half-hour rant about our kid to get her to do it, so you'd better be grateful. The closet's full of old family stuff, so you can't hang your clothes up, but you can use the dresser. It should be empty. We remain silent. You can't think of anything else you'd like to say, but if there's one thing for certain, it's that you're not the kind of person who likes to, or even knows how to, verbally end conversations. You remain silent and wait for Tabitha to say something. I take it you don't have any other questions? Good. Follow me. I'll take you back to the foyer. You can collect your stuff. This concludes our tour. I'm afraid I must return to my duties, so you'll have to entertain yourself for the rest of the day. Don't expect to see me much. We let her leave. You decide to let Tabitha leave for work. Are we all set then? Okay, I'll see you tonight. Your cousin leaves through the front door. And now, it's just you and this sprawling, decrepit estate. We're gonna go to the Forbidden Wing. With Tabitha gone, there's no one stopping you from going to the Forbidden Wing of the estate. Except for the locks and chains sealing them shut. An insurmountable obstacle for most, but a mild inconvenience for you. As the locks fall, the doors moan open, revealing the entrance to what must have been an incredibly lavish ballroom. Faintly, in the distance, you can hear the quiet notes of an old piano playing from another room. The Forbidden Wing is yours to explore. We will enter. You can see why your cousin warned you against coming here. It's clear that the chaos of nature is doing its best to reclaim this place. Years of detritus have piled here like gathering leaves, and the tiled floor has been torn apart, destroying the order that once made this place beautiful. The piano you heard from outside the ballroom has grown louder. Wherever it is, it's nearby. Maybe it's just a self-playing model. Or maybe you aren't as alone here as you thought. We'll figure out where the piano is. As far as you can tell, there are 3 exits to the ballroom. There is, of course, the door you came through, and on your far right is a door beyond a broken floor. A dead end. Across the room from where you entered is the 3rd and final exit, a glass doorway that you can just barely make out from behind a pile of broken furniture. You move to investigate it more closely. As you approach, the playing grows more clear. Without a doubt, the piano is behind this door. We will clear the furniture blocking the way. The pile of furniture blocking the doorway weighs a considerable amount, but it's safe to say that most people would be unable to move it on their own. You aren't most people, though, and with a bit of muscle, you clear it off the side. As you move the final piece out of the way, the playing stops, as if aware of your efforts. As you step through the door, something slips through your periphery and into the shadows. Hi, Wayne. You lock eyes with it as it lingers in the doorway on the far side of the room, the two of you separated by a cavernous gash in the floor. Will silently stare back. You silently hold your gaze as the presence slinks further into the shadows. I think that's enough here. Whatever it is you just encountered leaves you wondering about how much longer you should even stay in the estate on your own. We're gonna go to our room. Now that your cousin is gone, the aches and pains of your journey sink into your bones. You stumble back up the stairs to your room, suitcase in tow, eager to unwind before you face the rest of the day. You stand at the entrance to your room. We'll put her clothes away. You drag your suitcase over to the dresser and open the bottom drawer. An opossum lurks within. It's quiet, but angry. Afraid! My friend, I know hurt. Afraid! Oh, what's your name, little guy? I'm Evie. Dustin. He's so cute. Nose. What are you doing in my drawers? Warm. Dark. There was a piano playing in the Forbidden Ring. Do you know who or what was playing it? Dustin shivers. Bad place. Not safe. Destined no visit. Can you tell me about the human who lives here? Which human? But Pearland died. Only one human lives here. Destin not good with names. 2 human live here. Okay, Destin. Can you tell me about the 2 humans that live here? One human sad. One human scary. The scary human. Can you tell me about the scary human? Always watches. Eyes hateful. Can you tell me about the sad human? Cries. Give Dustin bad sleeps. Never mind. Thanks for the help, Dustin. 'Kay. We'll make him a nest, because we are Dustin maxing in this run. You poor thing. You look cold in there. You gently lay your clothes on top of the creature, arranging them into a little nest. Dustin closes his mouth, somewhat more at ease than before, and looks up at you with shiny black eyes. Human is kind to Dustin. Dustin will remember this. I feel like it should pop up in the corner. Dustin approves. You close the drawer, satisfied with yourself for a job well done. We'll check out the closet. You can see why your cousin said you should put your clothes in the dresser instead of this closet. There must be decades of family history stacked up in here. We will not pick up the doll. Some things are best left untouched. You close the closet behind you. We'll take a look at the garden later. And by later, I mean right now. You haven't had anything to eat all day. The only things louder than your stomach right now are the creaks and moans of this ancient place. A PB&J sounds exactly what you need to take on the rest of the day. You head to the kitchen. You're back in the kitchen, ready to craft a beautiful peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's a daunting task given the state of this place, but the aggressive growls of your stomach outweigh the fear of food poisoning. To get started, you'll probably need some peanut butter, some jelly, bread, a plate, and a knife. We'll talk to Frou Frou first. Frou Frou hisses at you as you draw near and remains firmly in place. You might want to talk to me, but I don't want to talk to you. Go away. We'll ask her about the piano. Someone or something was playing the piano in the sealed-off part of the estate. What is that expression? Curiosity killed the cat? Keep poking your head where it doesn't belong, and you might not keep it for very long. But what do I know? I am only a cat myself. We will not bother her. You back away from Frou Frou, trying to not make any sudden movements. It is good to see you finally learned your place. Frou Frou's eyes remain fixed on you with palpable disdain. We'll take a look at the garden. The garden was reclaimed by the wilderness long ago. It might not be very safe, but who's trying to stop you from venturing further? We'll explore. You wander further into the garden. It's quiet here. We're not that hungry. The state of this kitchen has put you off eating, possibly forever. Maybe it's time to do something else. We'll head to town. There's not much left for you to do here other than head out and explore town. You'll do just that. If you had known you'd wind up having to walk all the way back to town, you probably would have just asked Tabitha to leave you at the bus stop, especially with how unhappy she seemed to see you. If only you could wipe the slate clean between you two, bury some of the tension. Though maybe her mother's funeral isn't the best time for something like that. Or then again, maybe it's the perfect time. It's really pretty out here. I just spent a week out in the mountains myself. I already miss them. Finally, you made it back to town. The holler, as the guy on the bus called it, has probably seen better days. It still has the feeling of an idyllic country town, but its sidewalks are cracked and many of the storefronts are boarded up, their windows dusty with age. A chill breeze sweeps down the lane, and you shudder, suddenly feeling as if you're peering into a grave. Gretchen, come back! Quit bothering strangers! Why, I do declare, who is the stranger? Sorry about that. Gretchen can be very slippery when she wants to be. She loves to get loose and cause havoc. We'll talk to Gretchen. It's nice to meet you, Gretchen. I'm Evie. Oh my, I can't remember the last time I met a newcomer who was so wonderfully polite. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Evie. That's a funny way to introduce yourself. I'm Stella. It's not often I see a stranger up in the holler. Every now and again there's a new crop of coal folks, but you don't look dusty enough for that. You aren't in town for the funeral, are you? The Scarlet funeral? We'll remain silent. You remain silent. No need to be coy. I'd recognize those sunken eyes and rigid cheekbones anywhere. You must be Tabby's cousin, right? I feel personally very called out by that, but I know she doesn't mean me. Upon mention of your cousin, Gretchen mutters under her breath, "One of these days I'll get that Tabitha to pet me." That's the only person I can think of who had come to town for the funeral. How's she holding up? To be honest, I've been a little worried about her. I can't remain silent, but this is as indifferent as we can be. I don't know how she's doing, and honestly, I don't care. Dead mom or not, she's a deeply unpleasant person and brought her isolation upon herself. A bit harsher than I think it let on, but you're not wrong. That's how she is with everyone. But I think you care, at least a little bit. You're here, for what that's worth. I'm not sure what it says about her state of mind, that she's still her same old grumpy self, though. Having somebody else in the house will do good for her, even though she'd probably never admit it. I'll remain silent. Oh, before it slips my mind, if you're staying up in that spooky old mansion, you must have met the Frou-Frou. How does that monster fare? We'll go with this. Ugh, Tabitha's cat. Unfortunately, yes. I have met Frou-Frou. Wait, are you messing with me? You can't actually talk to my dog, right? We will not respond. You and Stella maintain a silent, awkward eye contact. Well, next time you see that devil, please send my regards. And do let her know that not only do I still draw breath, but I very much plan to outlive her. Oh, if you just got to town, you must be starving. I was just on my way to the diner for a coffee and they got these amazing biscuits. My treat. Well, we're not talking to anyone. So then the only thing we can do is turn around and leave. You turn around and leave without saying another word. Okay then, I guess I'll see you around? We'll go to the general store. You wander into the quaint little general store. The country ambience clashes terribly with the goth woman behind the counter, who's been eyeing you with something between curiosity and dawning horror. Oh my god. She was clearly trying to say it quietly, but of course you heard her. You're the only two people here. Your reputation once again seems to have preceded you. That surprised look on her face is the look of recognition. We'll find something to take to the register. Good idea. This is the store, even if you're mostly interested in small talk. which we are not. You'll be much better if you decide to buy something. Your gaze turns towards the shelves. We'll just browse. You wander slowly down the nearest aisle. There's nothing very interesting to see besides the occasional deeply out-of-date brand logo. Makes you wonder if you accidentally wandered into the wrong decade. Looking for anything in particular? The tone of her voice sounds like she's trying to start a conversation, approaching you like you're a wild deer that might sprint if she makes the wrong move. Very correct. I'm Kanika. I work here, and you must be Tabitha's cousin? She uttered the words, Tabitha's cousin, like she was handling a bomb. All of these involve us talking. But I think we're okay. We'll take some chips to the counter. Oh, no. We'll do a soft drink this time. You grab a soft drink from the fridge and take it to the counter. That'll be $2, Evie. We'll leave silently. You start back to the door without a word. Wait, I think you forgot to pay? Stare in stunned silence. You simply cannot recover from this. You stare at Kanika in stunned silence, your head racing. How could you have made such an unforgivable mistake? Thank God you're only here for a week. That'll be $2. You awkwardly hand Kanika 5 and she returns 3 ragged singles. At least now you can get out of here and save face. Alright, see ya. With your goods acquired, you make your way back to Main Street. We'll check out. We'll talk to Pixel. We'll go to the Main Street Town Hall. What you find inside the elegant building is not a town hall as was suggested by the letters carved in the stone up front. Instead, you find something that looks more like a library. In fact, it is a library. The air is thick with the smell of old paper and fresh coffee. A man busies himself sorting books on a mobile shelf and a cat lounges on a book cart. There is a group of teens gathered on the stairs, not sitting in chairs despite the prevalence of empty seats. This is their custom. They glance at you with slight annoyance, as also is their custom. Hi there, I'm Oscar. If you need any help, just let me know. And I'm Pixel. I'm the cat. You'd better pet me. We'll go talk to Oscar. Well, we won't. Oscar, clearly the librarian here, smiles at you from behind a shelf of books, but his eyes focus on your face. The smile fades, replaced by a look of dawning recognition. Wait a minute, you must be... No, never mind. Sorry. Who is it, Dad? Do you know him? No, Rosalina, don't worry about it. Oh my god, wait, I heard somebody at school talking about how the long-lost Scarlet Hair was coming back to town this week, you know, for the funeral. That must be them. But Becca, Miss Tabitha's the heir, right? Shut up, Alexis, I know what I heard. I think Alexis is right. I think Tabitha already owns the mines. Ugh, you're 13, Rosalina. Stop acting like you know things. Girls, please be nice to each other. Yes, this is Tabitha's cousin, and no, they're not the true heir to the Scarlet Fortune or anything like that. They're just here to pay respects to Miss Pearl Ann. So much for not making you feel like we know everything about you. I have to imagine that's a bit uncomfortable, but, welcome to Scarlet Hollow, Evie. We're gonna pet the cat. You pet Pixel. He purrs loudly in response, leaning fully into your knuckles as you scratch underneath his chin. That's exactly right. A little to the left, yes. Good job. You're killing it. He gets too excited for a second and gives you an affectionate little bite, still purring a mile a minute. Wow, sorry. I got a little lost in the sauce there. I definitely won't do it again. Keep petting me and see. I definitely won't. You pull your hand away slowly before you can decide you're a fun toy that he wants to disembowel. We'll talk to him a bit. We'll ask him about Frou Frou. My cousin has a cat too. Do you know Frou Frou, Pixel? There's another cat? Let me at him. I'm the only cat in these parts. This is Pixel's town. How did you know our cat's name? Oh, right. Must be on his collar. He doesn't have a collar, Dad. Oh. Right. You must have heard about him from someone else in town. Pixel's pretty well known around here, being a library cat and all. What do you think of these guys, Pixel? What do you think of these guys, Pixel? What's not to like? I'm living like a king over here. I think that's enough. You think better of it and turn attention back to the humans. And we will leave. You nod with satisfaction. The time for questions is over. How am I supposed to fill out this quiz with all this conversation going on? I thought libraries were supposed to be quiet. Come on, let's go to your place, Alexis. I feel like a 5-year-old when I hang out in the library anyways. Yeah, we can watch a movie in your basement. Do you think your parents would mind? I can ask. They never mind. Come on, let's go. The teens start towards the door with Becca in the lead. Wait, Rosalina, when should I expect you back? We're doing a sleepover, right? I'll have to see. My mom was gonna make pot pies for dinner. That's okay, we can order pizza. Their conversation fades as they walk out the door. Keep me posted. That big man had better stop that girl. I want to sleep on her pillow tonight, and ain't fun if she's not there to steal it from. And we will leave. Taking your cue from the teens, you turn to the library door. Oh, okay, I guess I'll see you around. You have a good one, Evie. You make your way back to Main Street. It looks like the sun's finally starting to set. Maybe you'll see if a sleepy southern town like Scarlet Hollow has a vibrant nightlife another day, but for now, you feel ready to head back to the estate. And we're gonna save it there. I would continue on, but I actually already went through the whole thing and had screwed up all of my audio, so my voice is kind of losing it. So, we'll see you next with more Scarlet Hollow. Good night.